Hello everyone and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls 3 focused PvP. Today we are messing around with the Cathedral Greatsword and the Lothric long spear. This weapon here has a nice little thrust attack, so of course I am wearing a Leo ring, just so we can get some nice high damage Leo ring hits. Something I've been looking forward to doing with this weapon, so let's hope that we can manage it. Now, what do you have? Now that you're in the world, make your way down to me. Was that an ultra? Or was that a moonlight? I can't tell from this angle. I think it's moonlight. Yep, moonlight. Alright, you, sir. That's not even charged. Aww. I thought I was close enough to get that. Ooh, lag. I thought that I was close enough to get that, riposte. That would have been so cool. I didn't get any souls for that. How rude. How rude. Killed him and I didn't even get any souls. How can I get any souls if I kill him? You know? Can't get everything, I suppose. I suppose I'll just be satisfied with that uncharged thrust dealing over 700 damage. That's a sign of things to come. That is a very good sign of things to come. If I can get 971 damage with a fully charged Leo Ring two-handed R2, and its attack rating is only 441. I should be able to break 1,000 with this. That shouldn't be an issue. Be even better if I was able to... I could always just take this off. Oh well. Oh. That's sad. I was just out of reach and he got me with his rolling poke. Good use of the Ultra on his end, bad use on mine. That's a shame. I was so close to being in range and yet so far away. Oh well, these things happen. I'm actually not overly familiar with the moveset this time around. I'm not used to it yet. I haven't messed around with many ultras. Many ultra greatswords, that is. And the ones that I have messed around with, Astoras and a little bit with the Fume, a tad. Yeah, mostly just Astoras and the standard. I mean, that said, the standard is very similar, it's just that it's got sweeping attacks for its R2s instead of a thrusting attack. That thrust does come out quickly, though. I will give it that. And that 700 damage is really easy to land. Like, it's a really, really easy to land a counter with. It's got a good amount of hyper armor that starts earlier on in the swing. So, it works pretty well, pretty reliably. I still want that charged R2, though. I want it in my life. Come on down, friend. Really, out of range. I wanted a running attack, but that's okay, I suppose. I also don't like how this one doesn't have a rolling poke with its R2. Oh, come on. See? Easy to hit with, though. Good hyper armor on that. Did I just block all of that without taking damage? That was me trying for a kick. Yeah, that's got really good block. Is that physical? Huh. Are you really just gonna keep doing that? You really are just gonna keep doing that. Oh yes, congratulations. You can dodge around until you finally have me attack because I'm impatient. Come on now. Come on. And if my R2 earlier in that fight didn't miss, like, that was so close but so far away. My own fault, I suppose I could have free-aimed it instead. But it was right there. He was literally in my face. He came on from a direct angle, and it just... the attack just was off on the side. That's why you can't rely on tracking, I suppose. Even still, he got me good at the end with those bolts. I don't know why I wasn't taking any damage when I blocked them. Because, I mean, there's just no reason I should have been able to block them without taking any damage at all. It didn't even look like there was any chip damage going through. So, that's interesting to say the least. Okay, we've got a Black Knight Great Axe. What do you got for me? No, you don't want to come in on that for me? I can play defensive too. It's not as fun when I do it too, is it? Really? That was out of reach, but his swing wasn't? Really? I mean, okay. I guess I could see that, because with mine I step in, and with his he steps in as well, and I guess that could put him in reach. But really? That's a little bit disappointing, I'd have to say. Not necessarily fond of the way that ended. Suede pants. Interesting name choice. I don't know. I felt like that charge, or it wasn't even a charge. I felt like that R2 should have hit him. I just want a fully charged R2 in my life. That's all I want. Alright. An Exile Greatsword. That's what a fully charged one will do. Oh, poor dude doesn't even have it fully upgraded. I feel a little bit bad for that one. Uria. wearing the build helmet must be cosplay. Let's see how this goes. And again, like all ultra weapons or anything that goes close to my head, it's cutting through my hat. I like my hat. I'm attached to it. Bad cosplay is bad. Not even a Morion blade. Oh, you're one of those. Do I have my... I don't have my bow on. That's right, I took it off because it's slow. Okay, that's a little better. You have other attacks. And that's one of the issues with straight swords right there. Really? Out of range again? This weapon's range is really deceiving. It's kind of annoying. Huh, I ducked under it. Like that! How is that not a hit? There's a hit. Thank you, finally, game. God. But yes, that's an issue with certain weapons, and that's one thing I'm not overly fond of, playstyle-wise. Straight swords have reasonable recovery times. They are a little bit fast after their swing. You can roll extremely quickly after attacking. Not necessarily a huge issue. That's not entirely unreasonable. It's better than a rapier class weapon because those have almost no delay after a swing from when they poke and when they can roll. So because of that quick recovery, they're almost unpunishable. That said, when I say unpunishable, I mean in terms of being able to have someone, you know, who's using a heavy weapon, like me, at the moment, to be able to poise through an attack. Because by the time my attack is starting and my hyper armor is active, they're already away. They've already had enough time to roll away 2 or 3 times. So I have to start my attack way in advance, in which case they're, again, going to be nowhere close. It makes it extremely difficult to punish. The issue with that fight wasn't so much the weapon choice, the sword choice. This guy's doing it too. There's no delay between the startup of that attack, of Fire Surge, and of when they can roll. Good, switch weapons on me. Pull out the axe and actually fight me instead of rolling around. Pull out the axe. Pull out the axe. And that's what you need to do against someone who's playing like that. You need to have a weapon that can run them down. On that note, we are done with that other weapon. We are done with that greatsword. Because it's time for spears. If we're gonna fight people who are playing like that, then we're just gonna keep this out. We're just gonna keep this out and we will run them down. And that will be the end of that. It's not the hardest playstyle to punish. But that doesn't mean that it's not, it doesn't mean that it's fun to fight against. That's the thing. People, when I complain about this sort of stuff, they assume that because I'm complaining about it means that I hate the person. I hate that play style. I hate the way that From Software designed it to enable things like that to happen. Just because I don't like it or disagree with something that From Software chose to do doesn't mean I hate the person or hate the play style. It's just something that I don't enjoy fighting against. Simple as that. There's tons of things that people don't enjoy in these games. I'm vocal about it on occasion. Doesn't mean I hate the game? No. Doesn't mean I hate the playstyle? No. Doesn't mean I hate that person. Again, no. Yeah, I think I'm actually taking a liking to this spear. It's got fantastic reach. It's a little slower than other spears. What's that symbol? It boosts the poise of the wielder. Well, would you look at that? 18 point whatever versus... Wow, that's a big difference. That's a really big difference. Cool. I'm okay with this. This is good by me. Do like. I can accept it in my life. It also does look pretty spiffy, I've got to say. I do like the look of it. The little tattered rag wrapped around in it. That's nice. It's not the fastest spear. It still is a spear though, so it's got stupid range and good poke ability. Yeah, I can get used to this thing. I like that it boosts the poise of the wielder. That's pretty cool. Shame it's not something more useful. But hey, I will take it for what it's worth. Goddard swords. Damn, can I please roll instead of being stuck in a stupid long combo? Wow. I was literally trying to roll after that first hit he got on me, and the game was like, nah, you're just not going anywhere. Wow. The shield stun, guard broken, couldn't go anywhere. I wasn't even trying to hold my shield up. I was holding my shield up prior. I was just trying to roll out of there with my shield held. And the game just said no. That was weird and crazy and stupid. I don't really agree with the way that went. Because if I had actually been able to roll when I tried to roll, it might have gone differently. Maybe not, but I'm going to hold on to the thought that had I actually been able to get away from that initial set of attacks, it might have gone differently. It's possible. You never know. You never know. And who knows, maybe it could have gone exactly the same, but at least it would have lasted longer. At least it would have lasted longer, and I would have felt better if my, thing I was trying to do actually happened. It's been happening more and more frequently. Shield stun, shield locking, call it what you will. Leo ring. Woo! Yes! That damage. That damage. Wow. I'm sorry. First a 500 damage hit, and then on top of that, 1200 damage. Oh my god. There's a spider on the ceiling. I see you, spider. I see you. If I had a way to reach you, I missed. I had a stress ball near me, I just threw it. We got another one around here somewhere. It's a cow. It's a stress cow. Found it. Okay. I missed again. It's at a really weird angle. I'm trying to throw it around the light, but under the other light. Like, it's a really awkward angle that I'm at. Not a fully charged. Not even a counter on it. Yeah, I can get used to this thing. I can definitely get used to this thing. I think I've got a new favorite spear, possibly. I mean, it doesn't really replace the partisan in my heart, but it's, for regular standard spears that have purely thrusting attacks, I'm thinking that this is the new favorite. Because, wow, that damage. What's the follow-up on this? A little extra reach on it, I see. Oh, hey, it's you again. The only issue I have is with its running attacks being charges. Oh, come on. Really? Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. How did that lava hit me? Care to clarify that one, game? Because that made literally no sense. Worth it. How did that lava hit me, though? Because I wasn't even near it. I suppose that's another problem associated with lag in this game. Just like it was in Dark Souls 1, the lava hitbox is disjointed from it where its animation is laying. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. I don't like that. Unfortunate. But yes, my one issue with this particular spear is that its running attacks are all multi-hit charges. If it were just a regular, you know, just to do a comparison, instead of, you know, being a multi-hit charge like that, if it were something along the lines of this where it's just one single thrust, I feel like that would be a big improvement to the weapon. That said, they're probably all multi-hits, aren't they? All for this class? Yep. Well, that's fair, I suppose. It makes sense. The class has to be unique in some way or another, and it's not going to be with any of its other attacks because it's a spear. So, hey, it is what it is. Still, that's a minor annoyance, one thing that I wish were different with this weapon. Really? Really? You sure about that one, game? You sure about that one? Tad bit of lag, I think. Just a wee bit. These things happen, but just a wee bit of lag. I'll have to reload the save soon. It's starting to run down on embers. It's a good thing I've got that backup. $1,200 damage. Wish I could hit that more often with the nice pokey weapon. It is pretty cool how it does boost your poise. Had poise worked the way that it did in Dark Souls 1, that would be just ridiculous to have a weapon that actually did that. So in a way, I'm happy that it doesn't this time around. Happy that it doesn't work the same way. That is, Gundir's halberd, heavier armor, and a target shield. Hi. Man. Okay, game. Stop not letting me roll when I'm trying to stand. For real, though. Why is that a thing? It's happening more and more often. I'm trying to roll, and it won't let me to stand up. It won't let me move. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why I can't do it anymore. I wasn't low on stamina. I know that much. I pressed the button multiple times. I finally got it on the third press. Still, like, that's... No. That shouldn't be a thing. It shouldn't just randomly happen. And yet, that's what's been happening to me. Odd. Very odd. That spider on the ceiling is coming closer to me. Just walking on over. Why couldn't you have just done that before when I was trying to throw things at you and smush you on the ceiling? Stupid spider. Unable to summon Dark Spirit, eh? Well, what about this? And we'll get probably 2 or 3 more fights in, and then we'll call things there. So next time, we are going to mess around with either the Murakumo or the Karthus Greatsword. Probably Karthus because that's what was requested. Try that out, see how that goes. It'll probably be pretty easy. It does have Spin Slash, it's got Bleed as well, so innate Bleed is always good. Speaking of Bleed... Ooh, just out of reach. He has me almost dead. Couldn't get my attack off. And that's what I was saying about this weapon being slightly slower than other spear class weapons. Its initial startup to the attacks, I feel like, are a little bit slower than other weapons, that are in spear classes. Not necessarily the pike class of weapons, but the spear class. I feel like that initial startup is slower. For the sake of example. I guess it's the same. I don't know. It feels slower to me. So I'm wrong. Maybe it just seems a little slower to me because it's so much longer than other spears, and it's just an optical illusion that it looks like it's taking a little more time. Those rolling R2s have a lot of reach. You actually literally go to the very end of the spear on it. We'll have to use those more. Hello. Ooh, that would have been such a cool little finisher. Close, sir. Close, but not quite. I do like this weapon a lot. I'm willing to admit that. One final fight. We'll end it with this one. Win, lose, or draw. We've done enough damage to the general public, I think. Enough flawless victories, enough over 1,000 damage hits for the day, I suppose. I guess. Hi, friend. Gunner's Halberd and an offhand cestus. How original. And some lag. But we'll take it for what it's worth. So, yes. Next time, guys. Did I decide on anything yet? I don't think that I did. I don't think that I had picked anything out. Whoops. Well. Oh yeah, I picked out this. I didn't pick out a secondary. That's where the issue lies. And now I have mannequin claws. A little bit longer, and they've got quick step, which, as you guys have been able to catch on with, I'm enjoying that skill. And I'm curious to see how well I can work it in with some claws and some bleed pine resin stuff, and it'll be a fun time, I think. Either way, though, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all next time.